So just resting on your backs. And just let your shoulders just drop and walk them underneath a little. Maybe tucking the chin slightly, and then you might want to give the hips a wiggle or feet a rock. And I'm just going to find a comfortable position and stay here for a minute, just noticing and focusing on our breathing as well. So if we can breathe in and out through the nose, we'll breathe in and out through the nose. And just take some deep breaths. So slow breaths as well, so inhaling fully. And then exhaling. So nice and slow, so just continue at your own pace. And just really focusing on how you're breathing there. So how smooth the inhale is, how it feels. At the top of the inhale. And then how the exhale feels. How smooth it is it the same kind of pace, or is it quick and then slow? And then how's the end of the exhale? Just do a couple more breaths. So on your next breath in there, we're going to bring the right knee into the chest. So you can just hold on, if you like, with your left hand and just start to bring it in towards you and just see how the hip feels, the glutes, your hamstrings. Just bring the right arm out to the side, so just stretch it out along the side. You can play around with where it goes, so you can just swoop it maybe more behind by the ear, or you can just keep it reaching out in line, the hand in line with the shoulder. You can even bend the arm as well. So you can play around with that right arm that's reaching out, and that the different positions of that right arm will affect the stretch when we move into the twist. So on the exhale, we're going to bring the right knee over to the left. So you're just going to start to roll onto your left side a little. So just a really easy twist. So you can really feel that right arm or shoulder being tugged a little, and then exhale or inhale, let's bring the knee back to center. So again, exhale as we bring the knee back over to the left, so across our body, maybe going a bit further this time. Just keep paying attention to what's happening as you twist, and then inhale as you bring the leg back to center. And just go with your own pace. We'll do two more. Exhale, bring your knee over to the left. Just watch down that right arm, even the fingers, the wrists, how everything feels, and then inhale, come back to center. Quite subtle though, so you got to really pay attention. Last one, exhale as you bring the knee over, and we're going to just stay still in the twist. So there's lots of different twist variations. So firstly, you might want to rest this right leg, so it's kind of hovering in the air. You can just pop the foot on top of the knee maybe, or if it's covered on the floor, you might want to put blocks underneath the knee, or even go for straightening the right leg, and that'll pull more down the back of the left leg, hamstrings on the side of the left leg there. So if you want more, feel free to straighten. A strap, you could always pop that around the foot there too, and hold, and maybe put the foot a little bit higher on something as well, so it's more in line with the hip if it's a bit uncomfortable to have the foot down. The underneath hip, you might want to scoop underneath you a little bit more as well to help you with the twist. And you might want to walk the left shoulder to the left a little bit to help the shoulders lie more flat on the floor. So just going to stay here for another, say, 3 or 4 deep breaths. Feel free to play around with that right arm again. You might want to lift the head, replace it, maybe even turning the gaze towards the right. And it might add on the twist there. And stretching the neck maybe. Seeing how the sides feel, how you breathe in into that right side. So maybe a bit restricted in this twist. Let's see if you can really focus on expanding between the ribs. And then we're going to slowly bring ourselves back onto our back, so we can bend the right knee if you've got the right leg straight, and then just rock back, and we'll have the right knee bent. You can push into the right foot to scoop the hips back underneath you so they're level, and we'll step the left foot in before we do the other side. So just bring both hands out to the side, you can turn the palms up. Exhale, let's press your lower back into the floor and start to lift into a shoulder bridge. We'll just take a breath in at the top of your bridge. And then exhale as we wave ourselves back down, and just focus on going one vertebrae at a time if you can. So really tuck under and then let your pelvis tip the opposite way, and inhale. Exhale as you really tuck, press your back down into the floor and then start to peel it up. So you can feel each vertebrae pressing down. Inhale as you reach the top. And then exhale as we lower. If it doesn't, you might notice that it doesn't move so fluidly and you may be lowering kind of in chunks. So just see if that's happening, see if you can keep focusing on pressing one down at a time. So just keep moving up and down in your own breathing pace. We'll do 4 of these all together. Nice and easy. Last one. So you can link your breath with the movement. When you get to the bottom, just take an inhale, and then we'll slide the feet back out into our Shavasana. Okay, so we're going to hook the left knee to the chest. You can hold on with the right hand, and you can just press it in and just see how it's feeling. You can play around with the left arm now, so you can walk the left arm over to the left, or bend the arm, or reach it behind you. And play around with it when we're in the twist as well. And on the exhale, let's bring the knee over the top to the right. Just start with an easy twist, and then we'll go deeper on each one. Inhale, let's bring the knee back to centre. So exhale as we roll onto our right side. The left knee over the top. Watch that left arm be tucked, and then inhale, bring yourself back to centre. Again, just 2 more. Exhale as you twist. Notice the stretch increase as the knee comes more over the top. So how the sides feel. Make sure your back feels good with that. Inhale back to centre. And then we're going to stay with the twist. So exhale, let's bring the knee over to the top, over the top. And then we'll just rest then the right foot. So whether you pop it on top of the left knee, or whether you the left foot on top of the right knee, or if you straighten out the left leg. And if you've gone for that straight leg, you can use a strap. If you've gone for the straight and it's kind of gone because of the tension really away from you and towards the foot, right foot, you might want to just keep the knee bent there so you can keep the twist going on. Then, yeah. You might want to scoop the right hip underneath, or the right shoulder to the right a little bit. You might want to lift the head, replace it down, maybe even turning the gaze towards the left. Just notice how this side feels compared to the other as well. That's what you do with the underneath leg as well. The right leg, you may be kind of pushing or gripping into that. So see if you can just relax that right leg, the one that's on the floor, underneath you. And then we'll just slowly start to bend the right knee if you've gone for the straightened leg. Or we'll just start to return ourselves back onto our back. Push into the left foot, scoop the right hip under. So your hips are level, and then slide the left foot. Let's bring the right foot back in towards the left foot then. So we're back for coming into our bridges. Exhale, let's press our back down into the floor before waving up. And then breathe in at the top of bridge. And then exhale as we lower ourselves back down. Inhale when you reach the bottom, and so you can rock your pelvis forwards and arch your lower back off the floor there. And then exhale, press your back towards the floor as we lift back up. Inhale. And then exhale as we lower. And then inhale. Notice as well, is there any kind of sideways movements or more pressing into one side? Any twisting going on? Do 1 more. When you reach the bottom then, we're just going to slide the feet back out to our start position. And again, just notice how we feel. So on the next exhale, let's bring the right knee back into the chest. And let's hold on with the left hand again. So we're going to bring the right knee all the way over to the left. But first of all, we're just going to open it to the right, so there's maybe a bit of an inner thigh stretch. So on the exhale, let's let go of the knee and just drop it out to the right. And see if you can keep your body stable, so without rocking to the side. So just knee opens, and then inhale, bring the knee back to centre. Exhale again, let's drop the knee open to the right. See if you can not push into the arms to stop you from falling to the right. Notice what's stopping you from going further to the right, and then inhale, bring the knee back to centre. So 2 more. Exhale as you bring the knee open to the right. So is it tension in that inner thigh, or is it more kind of squishy in that underneath side, compression side, and then inhale back to centre. And then last one, then exhale as we open the knee to the right. And then inhale, let's bring the knee back to centre. We're going to rock over to the left again. But as we bring the right knee over to the left, we're going to let our right shoulder lift off the floor. So we're rolling all the way onto our left side now. We're going to slide the right knee open, so the right hip comes more towards the floor. So we're almost lying on our front, but the left arm is underneath us. So you can lift the left shoulder a little bit and replace the left arm so it's comfortable. And we're going to be stretching the left shoulder here. And if this is painful for the right hip, we can slide the right leg back. We are going to be sliding it back behind us anyway. But for a moment, if you might want to stay a little bit longer and just see how that right inner thigh feels there. We're going to go, if you want to, you might want to even straighten out the right leg and maybe use that foot and maybe push the knee back, make sure it's not too intense there. And slide it up a little bit more as well. Otherwise, just bring our leg behind us, focus on this left shoulder. We are going to be going deeper with this left shoulder in a moment. Head where it's comfortable, you might want to pop a pillow for the head, a block, or your hand, or just keep it kind of on, just rest it on the floor with the arm kind of in the neck a little bit. So just a couple more breaths with this leg out. I'm going to slide the right hip more to the floor. Again, there's no pain at all in that right hip, knee, or anything like that. And play around with the right foot position. If you're quite open, there might not be much of a stretch there, so don't worry if you're not feeling much. Make sure you're not getting pins and needles in the left arm, so you can always come off the arm if you need to, anytime. Okay, so from there we're going to slide the right leg back behind us, so we may be off the mat. We're going to lower the hips down more level to the floor. And then we can bring, if we're not finding too much of a stretch in this left arm, we can bring the right arm by our side now and try and drop the right shoulder towards the left arm. So trying to broaden in between the shoulder blades, so finding a deeper stretch there. If you're still not feeling the stretch, tiptoe the left foot to the left, and then slide the left knee in the same position the right knee just was, out to the side if it's not too much for the left hip. I find that's quite a big stretch in my shoulder, so I'm going to keep my feet together behind me. But if you did not feeling it in the shoulder, just wiggle the left knee out the same as you had the right knee. And again, head's where it's comfortable here. So just staying a little bit longer, opening this right underneath shoulder, underneath arm. So you've got quite a bit for the shoulders today. Notice how you breathe in here. So as you inhale, as your body kind of presses into the floor. And then as you exhale, you feel yourself almost falling into the floor. And release tension where it doesn't need to be. So maybe your forehead, your jaw, your gripping anywhere. So if you've got the left leg out to the left, let's slide the left leg back behind you. We're going to come back in reverse onto our backs. So we're going to bring the right hand back in, slide the right knee out to the right, push into the right knee or right hand, and just slowly come off the left arm. Keep watching the sensations in the left arm as you come off it. And then we step our foot back underneath, scoop the left hip under, and then bring both feet in for our bridges. On the exhale, then we're going to lift our hips up into bridges, reach the arms overhead. So just notice how the difference in the shoulders. Reach the hands behind you if it's okay for the shoulders, and then exhale, let's lower ourselves back down and bring the hands alongside us. So either going to keep lifting and lowering with moving the arms overhead as you lift and lower, or we're going to just hold still. So it's up to you if you want to do that, or we can interlace the hands underneath, walk the shoulders under, and increase the stretch there in the front shoulders and chest. So really push the feet down. Otherwise, just keep lifting and lowering instead if you prefer. It's not so intense as well if you keep lifting and lowering. Otherwise, you've got to work to stay at the top. So feeling the legs working. glutes. If you're overly squeezing the glutes, you can just release a little bit there. Notice how your lower back feels. You might even be able to do a little bit of a rock or tilt up the top as well, especially if you're feeling a lot of tension in the lower back. So you don't want to be feeling any pain. So you might need to adjust yourself. Those little micro movements. If you've got loads of energy, really push the hands down into the floor and really push down into the feet. So we'll be gradually building it, and we'll get a bit stronger as we go. And just starting off. Nice. So the knees starting to splay out to the side. If the toes forward, you might want to bring the knees in a little. And spreading the weight through the feet. And then from there, then slowly unhook the hands. And then let's lower ourselves back onto our back. And then just for a moment, let's straighten out the legs. So we just come here in between the postures. So on the next inhale then, let's bring our left knee into the chest. And on the exhale, let's drop your left knee to the left without you rolling onto the left. So keep to really engage your core as well to stop you from falling. And just notice what stops you from going all the way to the floor with that left knee. Inhale, bring the knee back to center. Again, exhale as you bring the knee to the side. And then inhale as you bring the knee back to center. So 2 more. Exhale as you bring the left knee to the left. And inhale, bring the knee back to center. So really focus. And then last one, exhale. Open the knee to the left. And then inhale, let's bring the knee back to center. On the exhale, then we're going to roll over onto our right side. So we're going to let our left shoulder lift up. And as we let our left shoulder lift up, we're going to slide then the left knee more and more and more up to the left. So we're aiming to drop the left hip more and more down towards the floor. The right arm's going to stay underneath us. You might want to just lift it slightly and replace it if it feels uncomfortable. And then just keep sliding the left knee. So again, head on a pillow, on your hand. And you might want to straighten the left leg there as well to find a bit more stretch, if you've got space. Go around this way. So if you're getting too much stretch in that left shoulder as well, you can always lift yourself up a little bit more, maybe use something to support you. So right shoulder, the underneath shoulder stretching. So I find this kind of relaxed. It's left inner thigh. Just notice is the one side different to the other. And then we're going to slide the left leg in now and slide it behind us. And we're going to just level our hips off and you're going to just stay with the shoulder stretch. So either here, left hand can reach behind us. We can start to drop the left shoulder down towards the floor as well. So as we do that, pull more this right in between the shoulder blades there. And then if you're still not feeling it now, heel toe the right foot to the right. And then maybe slide the right knee alongside your body. I find that's quite a big stretch there on that right side, right shoulder. And if you're starting to get pins and needles, maybe play around with lifting yourself out of it, maybe adjust the position slightly and then coming back in or coming off the arm altogether. So just a few more breaths. Nice, really full, big breaths. So if you've got your right leg out to the right, let's slide the right leg back in. So we'll be coming back in reverse, let's bring the left hand back in. Let's take some weight into the left hand, slide the left knee to the left. And then you can push into what's in the floor to bring yourself back onto your back. Left foot's going to push down, and then the right foot's going to swoop in as well for one more bridge. So as inhale, let's reach the hands over your head and lift the hips. And then exhale, let's bring the hands back down by your sides as we lower. Just see how the shoulders feel. You might want to give them a little shake off there. Again, inhale, let's lift back up into our bridge. And then last time, you might want to interlace the hands. This time we'll go the unusual way. So we'll just switch the finger grip one over so the thumbs will switch. And then walk the shoulders underneath you so you wiggle one under then the other. Really press the hands down, push down into the feet. And again, we're going to stay here for a few breaths. Just checking what's happening with the legs, they're kind of opening. How's the weight through the feet? How's the weight through the shoulders? You might need to lift the head slightly and readjust it, tuck under slightly. How is your back feeling? How are you breathing? Okay, and then from there, then just slowly unhook the hands or walk the shoulders under, and then control yourself back down onto the floor. And when you get to the floor, just slide the legs out in front. Okay, so one more big stretch, and then we're gonna move a little bit faster. So as inhale, let's bring the right knee back into the chest. On the exhale, let's bring the right knee straight back over to the top. So we're in the twist. Let's roll onto our right side. Slide the right leg out, so just like the second time we were here. This time we're going to move the left arm out of the way though. So we're going to push into the right hand, move the left arm out from underneath, and then walk it out to the left. You can go for a straight left arm or a bent left arm. The bent one will get your chest a bit more, but if you want to twist further, go for straight. So then we're going to push into the right hand, and we're going to bring the right leg back over behind us onto the mat. So you're going to, but firstly, if you're getting a stretch in your chest there, just stay still like that. Otherwise, if you're not, we're going to twist more by bringing that right leg behind us and dropping our right hip behind. So it's quite a big stretch in that underneath shoulder chest, depending on which position you've got as well, and how far you're kicking, how much tension you've got in your body as well. So you might want a pillow for your head. You can use your hands, you can rest it on the floor. Keep kicking that right foot behind you there. Make sure your back feels okay, so you might want to bring your right foot more towards the left leg if you feel pain, rather than towards the hand. Okay, and then on the exhale, let's roll back over and either keep the legs together if the right leg winging to the right is not so nice. Otherwise, we're going to wing the right leg to the right. And we're going to come into a few cobras with the right leg to the side. So let's bring the right hand back in, just see how that shoulder feels. You might want to bring it behind you for a moment. And on the exhale, we're going to push the hips down into the floor. Either right leg behind you or at winging wide. We're going to lift the chest up. So you can either stay with the low cobra, hands off ground cobra, or pressing down into the hands, coming up a little bit higher. Shoulders back, so we can squeeze the elbows in or wrap the elbows in. Shoulders down away from the ears, just as high up as feels a good stretch in that maybe front left thigh or abdominals, and a nice compression in the back. Exhale, let's lower. So let's do another 3. Inhale as we wave ourselves back up. And then exhale as we lower. We can be really strong and active through the arms, so see if we can keep the shoulders really drawing away. So 2 more. Inhale as we lift back up. Really keep squeezing them in. Exhale, lower. Let's do 1 more. Inhale as we lift. And exhale as we lower. So just bring the left arm back underneath to where the right knee is, and then push into yourself to roll back onto your back. Step into the feet and adjust yourself so you're level. Push down into the feet, let's lift the hips up into a bridge. And pressing down into your left foot, let's inhale, bring the right knee into your chest. So we're in a one-legged bridge. If you'd rather stay with standard bridge, just stay there. Right knee's hugging in. Try and really drive through that left foot, keeping the left hip from right hip from dropping down as well. Inhale, let's start to straighten out the right leg now. You may feel a nice stretch down the back of it. You can flex the foot and push the heel up and toes towards you for more, or push the knee away. Otherwise, you can keep the knee bent if it feels too much of a stretch. And keep trying to bring the leg in towards you as far as you can, and with depending on the tension in the back of the leg. Really push into that left foot, keep lifting the hips. On the exhale, then we're going to start to lower the right foot, right leg, so it's in line with the left. And then inhale, let's bring the right leg back up. Again, you can bring it in a little closer. So 3 more. Exhale as we bring the right leg down towards the left, really push into that left foot. And then inhale as we lift the right leg, just make sure not to overstretch the hamstrings there. So again, 2 more. Exhale, right leg down, halfway, really pushing into that left foot. Try and keep yourself level. Inhale as we drive the right leg back out, maybe flex the foot. And then final time, exhale, halfway down. And then inhale as we lift. And again, you might want to flex and try and find more stretch in that right leg. Really push into that left foot, really lift the hips up. And then on the exhale then, we're going to bend the right knee and slowly lower the right foot down. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, let's lower our back down. And when we get to the bottom, let's slide our feet out in front. Inhale. So on the exhale, let's bring the left knee to the chest. So another inhale there. Exhale, drop the left knee over to the right. So rolling onto our right arm again. So we're going to slide the right arm out from underneath us and bringing it out to the right. So we're either going to go straight arm or the bent arm. On the exhale, we're either going to stay still if you're getting a good stretch in that shoulder chest, you might just stay there. Or we will twist more and kick the left foot behind us. You can play around with the leg position too, you can keep the legs together. You can more back bend if you try and bring the foot back towards the hands. You might want to support the head. You might want to put a padding underneath the right shoulder as well if you feel it's digging into the floor or anything like that. So scorpion kind of twist, aiming for a right chest, shoulder stretch. Sides of the body as well if you've gone for the twist with the left leg, left hip, left thigh. And then on the exhale, we just roll back over off the arm and bring our left leg either straight behind us or out to the left. So on the inhale, let's start to lift the chest. So if you want to just shake off that right arm first, otherwise come straight into our cobra. Hands off ground or maybe pushing down into the hands. Try and keep the shoulders really drawing away and elbows squeezing in. And then exhale low, just come as high as feels right. So again, inhale, let's lift ourselves up. And exhale as we lower. So 2 more. Inhale as we wave ourselves up. See how that front right thigh, depending on how high you're coming, I suppose. That's the back feeling, left side as well. Nice bit of compression there. And then last one, inhale, lift up. And exhale as we lower. Let's come back in reverse then. So let's post the right arm back underneath. Let's push into the right elbow or right leg, and then drop ourselves back onto our back. Push into left foot, bring the right foot in, adjust your hips to the level on the floor, shoulders to the level, and then exhale, press down. And our final bridge, I think I said that on the last time. So as inhale, let's bring the left knee. So first of all, adjust, really push into that right foot, try and keep everything level. Try and keep lifting now rather than sinking down. So really driving up. And then either stay with the left leg bent, or we can straighten out the left leg and start working to find a stretch in the back of the left leg. If you want to, you can keep your, you can come down out of bridge anytime if you want to stretch the hamstrings and it's too strong, and your back or right leg maybe. Or you can hold the bridge if you want to keep strengthening there. So up to you. So keep curling the toes, pushing the heel up, pressing the knee kind of away to engage in the quads. And then on the exhale, we'll start to lower the leg down halfway. Try and really drive through that right foot to keep yourself level. Really lift the left hip in line with the right. Inhale back up. Find the stretch, and then exhale as we lower. Inhale as we bring the left leg back in. So you can find that stretch. You're really pushing to the right foot to help. Try and exhale, lower halfway. Inhale as we lift. Find the stretch. So that was that last one, or the last one. Exhale, lower. Inhale as we, one more time, then find the stretch down the back of the left leg. Pause there from a really drive through that right leg. My right leg's feeling it. I'm not sure if yours is yet. And then we'll bring the left knee back in, and then lower the left foot down. Inhale, lift, and then exhale, lower ourselves back onto our back, and then just slide the legs out in front and just take a breath in there. So on the exhale, let's bring both knees into the chest, and then hug them in, and just maybe you might want to shake the legs off if that right leg might need to loosen up a little bit, or just make little circles with the knees. So we're going to start rolling forward and backwards, if we don't like to roll forward, if it doesn't feel good, we'll just come to sit a different way. Otherwise, we're just going to take a few rolls. So we can kick the legs behind and then rock up. Kick the legs behind and rock up. So just as far as the shoulders. Just feel nice massaging of the back there. And then how fluid the movement is. And then we'll stay up there when we next get up. And then land the feet on the floor in front. So let's bring the hands behind us, squeeze the shoulders together, fingers with comfortable for our wrists and shoulders. So start to lift now into a tabletop position. So like those bridges, sort of strengthening the back body, legs. So glutes, you can keep pushing down, try and keep lifting the hips up. Also stretching the shoulders there and chest. Head where it's comfortable. So we're going to keep on holding this tabletop. Come down though anytime you need to. So just check it. You drop into one side, you kind of sinking in the middle. The shoulders kind of being pulled forward. Draw them back. Neck. So try and keep spreading the weight even through the hands and the feet as well. So you can spread the fingers a little bit. Just check if you're just rolling onto the little finger side or just into the wrist. So try and ground down the thumb, first knuckle as well. The toes, you're rolling the inside on the feet, outside on the feet. Let's try and distract you from holding this for longer now. Try and keep holding. Get quite strong through the arms to see if we can stay active through them. And a nice place for your neck. That might be feeling next to you. You have to support the weight of the head. It's quite heavy. And then from in this position. Okay, enough. On the exhale, then we're going to lower the hips back in between the hands. If it's comfortable to cross the legs to roll forward, cross the legs to roll forward. If not, any way to roll forward. So we're on our hands and on our knees. And now we're going to bring ourselves into a tabletop this way round. So similar hands then. Weights being spread through them. We're going to find a nice position for our spine. So instead of letting our middle sink down, we're trying to lift and brace. So inhale, keeping the right knee bent and without losing the position of the spine, we're just going to bring the right leg out, the right heel up behind us. So instead of like the tiger where we lift our chest and head and arch in the middle, we're going to find more of a neutral position for our spine. And then on the exhale, we're just going to bring the right knee back underneath. We're going to do 3 more of these. Inhale as we kick the right leg up behind us without arching, so not like a tiger or a cat-cow. So we're trying to be solid in the middle. Exhale, bring the right knee back under. So we'll do 2 more. Inhale, right leg out to the right. Behind us. Exhale, bring the right knee under. And then last one, inhale, right leg up. And then exhale, right knee under. Now inhale, we're going to open the right knee to the right. So like, they say like a dog peeing on the side of the road there. And then exhale, bring the right knee back under. So we'll do 3 more. Inhale, let's open the right knee out to the side. Try and stabilise your body. And then exhale as you bring the right knee back under. Keep pressing through the hands. Just 2 more. Inhale, right leg out to the right. Keep bracing. If you feel a bit stronger in the core. And then exhale, right knee under. And then last one, then inhale, right leg out to the right. And then exhale, right knee under. Inhale, now we're going to step the right foot out to the right. Just straighten the right leg if that's okay. And we're going to stretch the right inner thigh again. So if you're getting a stretch where we are, we'll just stay where we are. If not, you can either come and start to lower your chest down. So you can start to drop yourself towards the floor onto the forearms. You may drop a head down to the floor there. And you may come back to that arm, that posting the arm through, and then lower the shoulder and the head down too. You can even play around with sitting back as well. So if you're not gone for the twist, you can maybe, if it's comfortable for the left knee, to flex and sit back, or the ankle, just sit onto that foot as well. You can always sit back, more like a kind of child's pose with this leg. And you can play around with that foot position of that right leg as well. So just see where you can find a stretch for that right inner thigh. I'm going to stay for a few more breaths. So on the next inhale then, if you sat back on your foot, we're going to lift ourselves back up, or if you've got the arm post, however you are, we're going to bring ourselves back up so we're on our hands and on our knees. And then on the exhale, let's bring the right knee back underneath. The inhale, let's keep the right knee bent, let's kick the right leg, so same leg. This time we're going to reach the left arm out away in front. Let's keep the right knee bent, and then exhale, let's bring the right knee under, and you can just bring the hands and hover. Inhale, let's bring the right leg up behind us, try and keep your spine in its neutral. And then exhale as we bring the knee back in. So keep engaging your hamstrings to keep bringing the foot to your bum. Keep engaging your glutes as you kick up. Inhale. Just keep following your own breath as well. Lost the breathing a little. Okay, so once you've done your 4, we're going to go back out to the side. So we're going to lift the elbow out to the left and the knee out to the side. It's a little bit more challenging now. And then let's inhale, bring yourself back to center. So it's you if you want to inhale, open. Exhale, if you open, you get that extra bracing. So if you want to go that way, up to you. And then inhale as you bring yourself back to center. So 2 more. Exhale as you open, or inhale. Really keep lifting out that right shoulder. Inhale. So last one then, let's maybe exhale, open. Keep lifting that right knee, keep bracing. And then inhale. So let's rest the knee, rest the hands. Let's walk the hands out for a puppy dog. So you can either come onto your fingertips or palms can rest. Just start to drop your chest down until you find a stretch again underneath the shoulders, maybe sides of the body, and without any pain in the shoulders. Rest the head on the floor on a pillow, on a block, or even drop your chin towards the floor if you've got more space. So let's pull the hips back then, let's pull the hands back so we're on our hands and on our knees again. So inhale. And on the exhale, let's kick your left leg out behind you. So have that solid foundation to start. So weights nice through the hands, through the knee, through that right foot. And then exhale as we bring the knee back under. Try and really stabilise yourself. Otherwise it'll be really easy if you just kick the leg out. So work a bit harder by trying to not let anything move, engaging, and just moving that leg in isolation. So do 2 more. Inhale as you kick your left leg out. You really bring your foot to your bum, maybe you want to flex the foot as well. And then exhale. And then last one, then inhale. Really squeeze there, and then exhale. So you make it harder by engaging more. Inhale, let's open the left knee to the left. Again, as far as you can without it falling or kind of turning or dropping onto that right side there, right hip, exhale. So again, inhale as you open, or exhale if you want to go that way. So you can try and stay central here as you open, then letting your right hip scoot to the side there, exhale. Really push into those hands. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. And then last one then. Okay, keep the shoulders nice away from the ears, your neck in a good position too. And then exhale. Hopefully we've felt those in the core. So step the left leg out to the left. If you're getting a good inner thigh stretch where you are there, you can just stay there. You can focus on maybe grounding that little toe side of the foot down. You might want to drop your chest to the floor if you're not really feeling it. So maybe on the forearms, maybe the head, maybe coming back to that shoulder stretch, posting the left arm underneath. Or you may want to sit back. You can either keep the left arm there and sit back. It might get in the way though with the knee, so you may just stay with the hands in front. You can either play around with that left foot, you might even want to turn the toes up. Just play around until you find a nice stretch for your body. No pain in the knee, inner knee or hip. So you can always support the knee if you need to with something. Sit on the other side. If you don't know how low you're going, and play around. And release any tension in the shoulders and neck as well, so they're really tense up there, and draw them away. You want to slide the leg more to the left. And then we'll just slowly and bring ourselves back out onto our right knee if you sat back, or thread and do the hands, so on all fours kind of, and then step the left knee back in underneath. So as inhale, let's keep with the left side, let's kick your left leg back up again, keep bracing. This time let's reach the right arm away and try and keep that neutral. Exhale, let's bring just the arm underneath and the knee underneath. Again, keep your body solid. Reach the arm away, so it's just making it a bit more unstable with the one hand now on the floor. Might not feel too much on this one, it's not so hard as the next. Exhale. We're more used to this kind of forward and backward movement. And then last one. And exhale. So keeping that left knee bent. We're going to inhale, exhale, reach the right arm to the side, left knee to the left. And then bring yourself back to centre. So really controlled movement. So a few more. Again, a couple more. Really keep bracing. Pause at the end positions on each as well. A little bit harder. And then once you're done, let's bring the hand back down. Give the shoulders a little shake, I think they need to shake there. We're going to be pressing into down dog next. So like puppy, you're going to sit back into the heels, push the floor away with the hands, one through the shoulders, start to lift the knees, and then take your time to lift until we're all the way. And you can pedal the legs out if you like and get a nice stretch in the calves, the hamstrings. Make sure the shoulders feel good, and instead of, it might be nice to go to your full range if you've got no range to kind of bring the head to the floor like puppy. It might be worth kind of holding yourself out a little bit and focus on strengthening and kind of, rather than kind of just dumping into your joints there. So really, you can maybe do a few little shoulder circles and focus on lifting. Push the floor away and try and lift up as high as you can with the hips and widen through the shoulders. So on the next inhale, we're going to lift and roll forward now into plank. So we've got that box position, similar with our spine in a way, but we're more in an angle. So instead of letting your middle collapse again, you want to keep it maybe tucking under slightly, or drawing your belly in, or lengthening your spine, shoulders away from the ears. Keep lifting the knees, keep pressing back into the heels unless you've got your knees for help. Check the weight you're spreading through the hands, keep lifting out the shoulders, keep bracing, keep breathing. So you can keep on holding. Drawing your bellies in, your spine's long still. If you're starting to sink the middle or just losing it, just lie down. So we're going to be moving into our cobra that we did earlier with both feet behind this time. So on the exhale, then we're going to reach your chest forward a little, and just control yourself so you're lying down on your front. If you want to let the hips or knees drop first and then the hips, and then you can rest down a little bit all together at one. So hands under the shoulders. So we did the one with the leg out earlier. If you didn't, you might have done this already. It's just inhale, now lift the chest out, so you can push into both feet, push the hips down, we can stay low, or we might want to come up a little bit higher. So shoulders back, outwards in, inhale, and then exhale, let's lower. So do another 3 cobras. Inhale as we wave ourselves up, and then exhale as we lower. So 2 more, inhale as we lift, and exhale. And then last one, then inhale as we lift, and exhale. We're going to take our full plank. So are you ready? Let's press into the hands, let's lift plank. Inhale, and then exhale, let's lift and press back into your downward facing dog. Okay, and again, just focus on lengthening out. So as inhale, now lifting onto your tiptoes. And then exhale, we just start to bend the knees, sit back, hips towards the heels. And then inhale as lift back into down dog. So little squats in down dog. Exhale as we start to bend the knees, sit back, hips to the heels. Make sure those arms are strong there, and then inhale, lift. into down dog. So 2 more off the hands. Exhale as we squat down. Inhale, lift. And then last time, then exhale, bend, look for a walk step, or if you fancy a hop, let's get to the front of the mat. Inhale, half wave up, so in between cat-cow, and then hollow your stomach, bend the knees as much as you need to, and we're just relaxing our fold, and just let go of the arms, and just let the head kind of shake off or sway. You might want to pedal the legs, spread the toes, stand even through the feet. So soften the knees and inhale. Press down, breathe out, let's unravel up to stand. Bend the elbows, inhale, stretch up to the ceiling. And then palms together, exhale. So we're just going to do one little dynamic sequence. And that will pretty much bring us into Shavasana, because we've only got like 5 minutes really to Shavasana. So just moving a little bit more dynamically. So stand nicely on the feet still, let's bend the elbows, inhale, reach the hands up. And then exhale, let's come back into our forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest halfway up. Exhale, take a big lunge back with the right foot. So feet are hip width, left knee over the ankle, bend the right knee or just drop it on the floor. Inhale, and then exhale, either kneeling lunge or you're in a standing lunge. Try and ripple yourself up to stand. Either staying still in lunge, or we're going to exhale with twist to the left. So right elbow's going to cross over the knee without pushing the knee in. Left hand's going to swoop behind the back and try and turn the shoulder open to the side. Lifting the right knee if it's in the air, otherwise you can just stay resting on it. And keep the weight nice through that left foot. So it's inhale and we're coming back up into our forward lunge. And then exhale, we're moving into a down dog with a split. So left leg's going to lift in the air behind, otherwise down dog. Down dog split with the left leg, inhale. Exhale, bend the left knee to start to swoop the leg behind, like that scorpion we did lying on our front earlier. So you're turning our hips aside, that left foot bending, left knee bending, left foot reaching back. Inhale then to extend or level back out. Exhale, now we're going to bring the left knee to the outside of the left hand, so it's a bit wider. You might want to turn the toe or knee out. Keep lifting the right knee or rest it like we did earlier. Then we're going to inhale this twist, but this time right hand staying down. We're going to reach outwards with the left hand, maybe even lift the chest, add on a bit of a back bend, and depending on how that shoulder's feeling, maybe reach it behind. Pushing into that right hand, you can bring that right chest through. So you almost swooping the body around, lifting the chest up. On the exhale, I'm going to swivel so we're facing the reverse, the opposite direction. So you're going to come through the inner thigh stretch. If you want to, you can even sit low inside that left heel and right leg straighten. Otherwise, just stay higher. We're going to then walk ourselves around anyway, so we're facing the opposite direction. When we face the opposite direction, we're going to plant the hands down and step backwards into our plank, and then inhale. Exhale, let's lower ourselves down for our cobra that we practiced. Inhale, lift the chest, and then exhale and lower. So we're pressing back into our down dog, so either kneeling plank or full plank, lifting the hips and back into the heels. Inhale, lift onto tiptoes. Exhale, bend the knees, walk step, hop to the front. Half wave up, then inhale, and then breathe out, forward fold. Bend the knees, inhale. Exhale, let's unravel to stand. Inhale, reaching the hands up, and exhale, palms together. So let's do it again. Inhale, let's reach the hands up. Sorry, we're going a bit quick, just go your own pace if you prefer. Exhale, let's refold to the legs. Inhale, half lift up. Exhale, we're taking a step with our left foot. So right foot staying still, knee staying over the ankle. Big step back to allow that. Bend the left knee or rest the knee. Inhale, breathe out, lift up into either a kneeling lunge or we've got a standing lunge. Exhale, either a kneeling twist, so we can lean over the right leg. Right hand wraps behind, left elbow across the knee. Remember, knee can stay down, left hand can stay on the floor if you want to. Otherwise, we're really lifting the left knee, really push the elbow into the knee to help you turn, twist the side. Keep scooping in that right outer hip there. Push into your right foot. Inhale, let's lift back into a standing up lunge. And then exhale, let's drop the hands down for down dog with the right leg in the air. So down dog split, the right leg's going to swoop back and then lift up, or just stay with down dog. So you've got that scorpion twist. Exhale, let's bend the right knee, start to turn the chest open to the side there. Keep pushing into that left leg staying the same as down dog. Inhale to level back out. Exhale, lizard lunge, so right foot steps to the outside of the right hand. Feel free to adjust the knee or foot depending on what feels good for your knee, foot, ankle, hip. Inhale, let's open up, reach the right hand up, and let's turn either just straight up like we did last time, or you might want to add a bit more twist. Lift the chest up, a bit of a back bend, and the right hand may, if it's not too much, reach a little bit further back. Keep lifting out that left shoulder, neck in a good position. You can turn the gaze over to that right hand, keep strong through that left leg. Exhale, we're going to crawl around, so face the other way. So if you want to sit inside the right foot first, the left foot's going to spin round, maybe onto our left foot, so we're going to sit maybe inside the right leg, otherwise forget that, we're just going to walk around. Any way to walk around, otherwise you'll enjoy that good enough thigh stretch before. When you get to face the opposite way, we're going to step back into our plank for a vinyasa. From plank, we can lower ourselves down for a cobra. Inhale, lifting into cobra, and then exhale and lower. Inhale back into plank, exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift onto tiptoes, exhale, bend the knees at full walk, stepping or hopping to the front, half wave inhale, and breathe out, forward bend. Bend the knees, inhale, and then exhale, let's lift up. Inhale, reach up, and palms together, exhale. So we'll step the feet now about mat width. And then inhale, reach the hands open, in front, sorry. You want to try and keep pulling the knees where the toes point, and start to sit down. So you may just stop a little way, you might want to rest the elbows on the knees there, and keep open end, turn the toes. If they go out quite far, you might want to turn the toes further. You might be sitting lower, so just the feet, you might need to come a little bit in. And so just make sure it's not too much for the knees, ankles, hips. Try and lengthen the spine, shoulders away from the ears. You can bring the palms together here. If you're doing the holding one, it might get quite a lot through the legs, so you can sit down as soon as you feel you need to rest there. If you're at the bottom, you can find a place where you're relaxed in, you can stay there a little bit longer. So before we're going to be coming into Shavasana, it's always nice to have one arm balanced, but if you're ready for Shavasana, or if there's something else you want to do, we'll do a calming pose before Shavasana anyway, but feel free to just lie on your back now if you're ready to. Otherwise we'll do one crow and then we'll be moving on. So you can keep the knees above the elbow, lift the hips up, reach your chest forward, and maybe we'll be lifting one foot or both. Pushing down into the hands, gripping with the hands. When you're ready to move on there, we're just going to slowly lower our bum to the ground. Just keep going there if you want to keep going there. And then we'll roll back onto our backs. I want to give your back a little circle. So we can either finish in legs up a wall, which if you've got a wall handy, you can just scoot your hips up to the side and then lift the legs. That could be nice and relaxing. If it's a really big stretch, that might be a bit much. You might want to step the hips away from the wall a bit, or so we're on more of an angle there with the legs. So just find a comfortable position there. Otherwise, if you want to hold the legs with the hands, hold the calves, the feet, maybe strap around the feet there. Or you may want to come a bit more inverted into a shoulder stand or a plough. Just stay here otherwise. And then when you're ready to, then we'll be lying down for Shavasana. So we sliding our legs out. Just when we start it, we just rock the feet and walk the shoulders underneath. Close the eyes, lengthen the neck. And we're just seeing how everything's feeling. The shoulders feel, the chest, core muscles, hips, inner thighs, ankles. We can just keep focusing on breathing as well to help us, our minds from being busy thinking. So you can just really feel the inhales and exhales. See if you can not control them. You might want to count them if your mind is really busy, so you can count them down from say 30. If you get to 0, and count back up as well. So using this time to calm the mind, rest the body. So if you do want to stay a little bit longer, you can always pop this on mute or set a timer to stay a little bit longer and do some meditation. Otherwise we'll just start moving the fingers and the toes. And stretch the arms overhead or give the knees a hug. And curl up on our right hand side. And from there then just taking your time to come up to sit whenever you're ready. And just take a big breath in and stretch. And exhale and bring your palms together in front. And thanks everyone for joining today.